What's good with it, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid. Back at it, we got a couple updates, man. Snitch accusations being hurled all around. The drama, the flunkery continues, man. And you see, kicking it off first is Wack100 getting at Cowboy, right? Cowboy just been on this initiative as of late, telling individuals quit blogging. I mean, you know what I mean? We seen him knock dude out in the hood, the viral footage. And then since then, he's like, yo, all you no 100, 100, 600s, all y'all come and run it or shut the fuck up. And if, you don't heed by what I'm telling you and seize the opportunity to maybe get a bag, scrapping it out, I'm going to catch y'all lacking one by one. He said whether he's got to go to the police station or whatever it may be, he's going to get these motherfuckers. And you see Wack100 saying, Cowboy, stop screaming my name. Last we saw each other, you were respectful. You extended your hand. I shook it. This is you voluntarily talking to detectives. No handcuffs, no restraints. Go live your life before I activate the exposers. And you see the flick of Cowboy there, definitely seemingly talking to law enforcement. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. A lot of cats feel different ways. You know what I mean? With the trial testimony and whatnot. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. But it seems Wack is saying like this is a different situation. You know what I mean? According to Wack, I don't know. He didn't come out and say that, but in so many words with the whole exposer shit. You know what I mean? He's like, we'll activate him on you. You know, alluding to that there's more to the snitchery when it comes to Cowboy. This is what Wack said, not me. Y'all let me know what you think about it in the exposers. As we already pointed out in another video, man, Wack has ran with fake paperwork that's been debunked, and there's a lot of people think too that he's being all extra lately because his divorce has been in the news. Paperwork out there, some of it has him looking wild suspect. And then the CS2 back lawsuit coming out. Did y'all see that one with the whole World Star thing? And I don't know, there's a lot there, but Wack's trying to use that to say this means I can't be the feds. But I don't really take it that way. I don't know. We covered it in a whole nother video. It didn't really hit in the algorithm. So if you want to see that video, leave it in the comments. I'll leave y'all the link. And what do y'all think about this flick here of Cowboy with the police? Then someone else from the West Coast, like I said, snitchery and whatnot. This is On This Date in hip hop, man. A dude who'd been running up on the gram for the longest with the comedy, with the jokes, the captions. He's a pro with it, right? He shares this here. He says, yo, don't get at me. I'm just the messenger, right? Breaking internet sleuths are alleging that a 17-year-old BG knockout wasn't as solid as the one sitting with not LAPD, VLAPD, Vlad, right? We know he's a regular on the Vlad platform. Don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. And y'all see what it says. So did BG Knockout snitch on the Serranos? And then you see right here, breaking. When you subject yourself to interrogation, you got to accept everything that comes with it. With that, some information has hit the net that seemingly and allegedly pokes holes into the stitch lip stance BG Knockout took whilst entertaining VLAPD a while ago. A current California inmate's bid to get his 30-year-old conviction overturned has brought a funny light onto the one of Compton's most beloved baby gangsters. And then you see here a little flick from a Vlad interview, right? BG Knockout. What's that say? White gangs can snitch on enemies, black gangs can't. And isn't that true about Serranos as well? That was something, as we were just talking about with Wack100, that and a lot of those old Clubhouse clips, where Serranos and, black gangs, Latino gangs and whatnot in, his hometown of Pacoima and different places. I remember Wack saying that a lot, that Latino gangs are allowed to snitch on black gangs. Is that true to those with the gang knowledge? From what I've heard, it is. That's wild. And then you see right here, Vlad PD, Keefe D, in his statement to Greg, said that him and Suge made eye contact and they grew up together. They knew exactly what the other person was. So, Keefe said Suge could have identified him, but Suge said absolutely nothing. Yeah. And 2019, this case is still unsolved. Do you understand that mentality? BG Knockout. You can't say nothing, bro. You just can't. Not if you from a gang, as bad as you may want. You can't. If you're part of the mob, you can't talk. Let me stop right there. We know a lot of people in criminal organizations, gangs, shit like that, still do break the rules and tell in other ways too. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Then he says, I'm saying if you're part of a gang, you can't talk. That's that. It's a code of silence. You can't say nothing. And we know there was a buster running around totally unrelated to anything we're talking about here, although we're just speaking on Wack a moment ago, right? He used to blame Wack for all his problems, getting the brakes beat off him and it going viral all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? His many L's that he took. Now he runs around holding Wack100 in his pockets like a cold rat, Jerry Curl, afraid to take his fitted and do-rag off ass bitch. And we know he has all these different reasons for why he can snitch or what anyone else did, you know what I mean? But we know he wasn't really never gang like that, you know what I'm saying? This dude done been in claimed more gangs than any motherfucker ever around. Straight goofyism. But yeah, so what I'm getting at though is just because people are gang or in the mob or whatever, many have broke the rules and told. But then Vlad said, so if your brother Dresta, who we know is a convicted ex-offender, y'all, pedo, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% on that, but he's definitely on the ex-offender registry, was sitting in the car with you and some guys that you knew rolled up, opened fire, and killed your brother right there in front of you, and the police said, who did it? You'd say, I have no idea. And BG Knockout says, I have no idea. Then we see Vlad, if your mother was sitting in the car seat right next to you, BG Knockout, I have no idea. Vlad can't say nothing. Your own mother can't. Do you have kids? Yeah, if you're a kid, can't say nothing. It doesn't matter who it is, what you want me to say. Like, those are just the rules, you know what I'm saying? So, my bad. So you would not snitch on your worst enemy? No, I can't. No, I wouldn't. And I think that's the last piece. I don't know if right here we go. This is the stuff about this case though, right? It says, the People versus Herrera, California Court of Appeals, 2nd District, 7th Division, April 24, 2024. Factual and procedural background. In 93, a jury convicted Alex Herrera of 2 counts of attempted willful, deliberate, and premeditated MURDER, and found true a firearm enhancement. Kelly's crazy with those gang enhancements, firearm enhancements, just throwing all kinds of extra years exponentially on sentence, man. But, people file appeals and try to win time back, and that's what's going on here with this case. This guy trying to get something overturned, and many are successful in it, but old shit comes back to light, and that's what we're seeing here, right? The underlying incident occurred on July 8th, 92, when Alvaro Cruz Pena shot Derek Kirkwood and Arlandis Hinton. Witnesses identified Pena as the SHWTER and Herrera as his companion. A gang expert testified Pena and Herrera were members of the Colonial Watts gang. The trial jury convicted Herrera as an aider and abetter. The trial court sentenced him to 2 concurrent terms of life plus 1 year for the firearm enhancement, and the conviction was affirmed on direct appeal. In 2023, Herrera filed a petition for resentencing under former Penal Code Section 1170.95, now 1172.6, alleging he was convicted of attempted MURDER pursuant to the natural and probable consequences doctrine, and thus could not be convicted under current law. The Superior Court denied the petition without issuing an order to show cause, concluding Herrera failed to state a prima facie case because the record of conviction showed he was convicted as a direct aider and abetter. Herrera appealed. This opinion affirms the Superior Court's order denying the petition. We described much of the factual background of this case in Herrera's direct appeal. Where we at? My bad. There's a lot of parentheses stuff that, I mean, it's pertinent, but we're not straight up going over case law here. We're just trying to see, on July 8th, 1992, David Kirkwood and Arlandis Hinton were standing in front of Kirkwood's girlfriend apartment on 109th Street near the corner of Mona Boulevard. Kirkwood and Hinton saw Herrera and Alvaro Cruz Pena at the corner. Pena was wearing a black trench coat and a beanie. Herrera and Pena walked toward Kirkwood and Hinton, and as Herrera stood by Pena's ride, Pena shot Kirkwood in the arm and Hinton in the back. Pena and Herrera fled together. After the shooting, Kirkwood and Hinton identified Pena as the shooter and Herrera as his companion. Hinton said that he had seen Herrera before. That the perpetrators were members of the Colonial Watts gang, and that Hinton heard Joker was the shooter. El Nassan, right here, Knackley, born Arlandis Trammell Hinton, born January 23rd, 75, known professionally as BG Knocc Out. So y'all just seen them all in there giving testimony of this was the shooter, this was the companion, or a statement I should say, and like, yo, they banged this gang, you know what I'm saying? BG Knocc Out is an American West Coast rap, professionally known as BG Knocc Out. He became involved in gang life before entering the rap scene alongside his older half-brother, Dresta, in 93, who we just said is a registered ex-offender. After being discovered through Dresta by Eazy-E, and, we don't got to continue to read this. We just see what it is, you know what I'm saying? He seems to be the individual who snitched here when it comes to the gang-ish. As always, y'all, I let y'all know I'm no gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm no gangster. I'm no street dude. But, these rappers with the, gang-related-ish and all that, like, this is pertinent news. You know what I'm saying? Like, individuals could say what they say, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It seems he's been hiding this all these years. If this is indeed Herrera People Verse, petition for review denied, and there you have it, man. So a lot there, kind of carries on a bit with the second story there with BG Knocc Out. Cowboy talking to the police, Wack100 talking his ish. Jump into the comments, share all your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe, tap in. You know what I'm saying? If you're new over here, we just talk it up on these news topics. And I'm out of here. Peace.